Because I had the animosity in my chest, I just looked at her the way that just like, yeah. Even though I knew she didn't even see me. Weird. When I say forever humbled, from that day forward, being unbothered is my superpower. Like I used to be a tit for tat kind of girl. When I chose to do all of that tit for tat, I was choosing to give the power away. So I remember I was in middle school, and first of all, I was still considered the new girl in town at this point. You aren't cool because nobody knows you. And then I had the nerve to be pretty. And of course, every middle school catty girl felt like it was her job specifically to humble me, right? It was the catty middle school age drama, and there was this girl. Didn't even know this girl, didn't have any classes with her or anything like that, but I was the new girl and that ruffled her feathers every which way but the right way. She was like going around telling people like I better not mess with her and all this and that. And I'm like, first of all, anybody that knows me know, even since way back when, I've never been the hostile girl. Don't get me wrong, you're not gonna play with me. But I've never thought the drama, the mean girl, I never thought that was cute. Like that was never my thing, right? So I walked up to her one day and I was like, yo, like I think you should stop. Or we gonna get into it for real. Needless to say, you know, actually it didn't. It wasn't even an argument. Like I walked up to her and I told her, like, I think you should chill, whatever, whatever. She said something smart. I said something smart. We walked off. But some kind of way, my mom got called and was like, we don't tolerate bullying here. So, if she's going to be here, all this and that. And my mom was just like, Leisha? Because once again, everybody knew I was not the hostile girl, let alone her hostile child. So she was just like, okay, whatever. When she got home from work, I rode the bus then, but she got home from work. Of course, we talked about it. She was like, school called me and was saying something about whatever, whatever. And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, so I told her everything that had happened leading up to that point and what happened that day as far as, me and the girl sharing words. And my mom was just like, don't worry about it, but by all means, stick up for yourself. She's just mad, or maybe it's still the new girl thing, and they feel like you're getting too much attention because you're the new girl, things of this nature. I'm like, okay, my mama get it. Like, she knew I wasn't trying to whatever, whatever. So look at me, I love saying whatever, whatever. But my mama knew I wasn't trying to start no stuff. My mom agreed with me, like it was too much, it was super weird, but whatever, whatever it is, what it is. I go that whatever, whatever again. Fast forward next day, I go to school. For some reason, my mom giving me the nah, they tripping, she mad weird energy, making me feel like, oh, my mom said you weird. No, that's what it made me feel like. So fast forward to the next day, I was already in the cafeteria for the morning for breakfast time, and because I had the animosity in my chest, I just looked at her the way that even though I knew she didn't even see me, it's like, yeah, weird. I get home, I tell my mom she came in the cafeteria today and she didn't see me, but I saw her and I mugged from the time she walked in to the time she got her breakfast. And my mom, I'm expecting the response that I got yesterday. They tripping and she jealous and all this and that. But instead, my mom was like, you proud about that? I said, what you mean? Yesterday the little situation happened. And, you know, just a girl. And my mom was like, yeah, but that was yesterday. And you already handled your stuff yesterday. She was like, problem is the fact that this little girl could walk into a room that you were already in and you had no problem being in before, but her presence was enough to shatter your existing energy in a way that you changed yourself and she didn't have to say or do anything to you, let alone acknowledge you, and she was able to take control of your energy like that and give you an attitude. When I say my mama humbled me, and she could tell, like the look on my face was just so dumbfounded because it's like, am I tripping? Was I wrong? And she said, Galisha, if somebody can walk into a room or into your space, period, or a space that you're already in, and your whole demeanor change because they're simply being, they have the power. And if this little girl is as jealous as we said she was, why are you giving her the power? When I say forever humbled, and from that day forward, as that middle school little girl, from that one conversation, being unbothered is my superpower. As I've gotten older and I've gotten into personal development and I realized how big forgiveness was, I realized that I had cultivated then at that young age a sense of forgiveness and understanding that forgiveness is for me, not for the other person. That situation and that one conversation with my mom helped me understand that when I choose not to forgive people, when I choose to hold a grudge, when I choose not to turn the other cheek, or not to be the bigger person, when I choose to do tit for tat, like I used to be a tit for tat kind of girl. When I chose to do all of that tit for tat, I was choosing to give the power away. I was the one that was hurting, and I was hurting me, my energy. I that holding that grudge was bothering me because I'm the one that got to remember about the grudge and remember the situation and how I feel about it and what should have been done and how messed up it was. And every time I see her, make sure all that. That's holding me up. Whole time she don't care. She don't care. Don't even see you for real. I realized that all of that is under the umbrella of forgiveness. Being the bigger person, turning the other cheek, not doing the tit for tat, keeping your power or taking back your power. All of that is under the umbrella of forgiveness. And the crazy thing about forgiveness is the hardest person it was for me to forgive was myself. Like, and I know you're probably saying, like, what you mean forgive yourself? When we go through something and we don't experience the best outcome, we automatically think back to what it is that we could have done to make sure that we wasn't in this predicament. How did I drop the ball by letting me be in this situation? The example with my mom. When my mom said that, my mind initially went to, wait, what, me? And then once I realized what it is that she was trying to say, yeah, you boo, you doing all that just to say you right, just to say you holding the grudge, just to say, yeah, I'm this and I'm that. Okay, and that's your energy. And you allowed yourself to be in that space. But if you didn't know no better, you couldn't do no better. I didn't know no better. I didn't know no better. Like I said, I've never been the girl that's been into the drama or the confrontations or, the mean girl thing. That's never been me. So I didn't know. But once I did find out, like, nah, like that's not even cool, Galisha, I had to forgive me. You didn't know, babe. Yeah, you had you in a you made you look like a fool. You gave your power away, but you didn't know. It's okay. I had to forgive me, and that's just one small example in my life. But imagine that on the scale of dating. being in certain relationships, being in certain spaces, especially when you are still learning how to value yourself. I had to forgive myself a lot for the things that I allowed to take place, and the ways that I thought, and the things that I accepted, and the ways that I acted when I didn't know who I was. Oh, I was just doing stuff, and when I looked back, I was like, Galisha, you was cool with that? Like, you let somebody do you like that? You was cool with that? You let somebody play your face like that? You was cool with that? Wow. 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 Kudos to self-love doing this big one. I had to forgive me for that though. You didn't know no better, babe. Your self-worth was nowhere near where it needed to be. And every day we still working on it. I had to forgive me first. I had to forgive me first for everything. Not just the things that I did before I realized my worth, but the things that I did in the ways that I thought, and my actions before I understood how valuable forgiveness was. When I was on my tit for tat, forgive myself for that. Forgive myself when I was acting before I had a chance to decide whether I wanted to do that or not. Forgive myself for putting more on my plate than I can handle at times. Forgive myself for allowing people to drain me. I had to forgive me for a lot. Why I feel like my eyes was cross-eyed just now. Y'all seen that? Am I tripping? I feel like my eyes was cross-eyed just now. Y'all hear the sniffling? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I work out outside. My workout is mainly me walking. Because for one, body wise, I'm actually where I want to be, you know? And I'm not the girly that's working out to be America's fittest. Ain't me, boo boo. I work out so that I can eat me a 12-piece all flat, extra ranch with a side of fries and lemonade. It did not look like it. And I still look like a dime. That's top of the line. Cute face, small waist, and yeah. That's where I work out. So it's more, my workout to me is more for my mental than my physical. And it's done got cold. Excuse me, it's done got cold. So of course, honey, I got a black grandma, amen. The first thing I hear in my mind, you'll catch a difficult cold out there, walking and doing all that sweating and jogging, and it's cold. But that's how I work out. And the scenery of outside is what does it for my mental. It allows my mental to let go. My workouts are meditative workouts, and I need that, you know? So I don't want to do the gym thing. So I thought about, well, maybe if I go in the mid time of the day, it won't be that bad because that's the hottest part of the day. I did that the other day, and now I'm sick. So what I'm gonna have to do is find me the right kind of gear, and just go in the mornings like I've been going, but find me the right kind of gear to where I'm not getting sick. And yeah, because I need my workout. Now how we get on there? That's that the slogan of let's talk about it. Now how we get on that. That's what it is. Anywho's, forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for you. I don't know why. It's like I said, I was the same way until my mom humbled me with that conversation. But I don't know why is it, or where is it that it comes from, that we look at forgiveness as a gift from us to the other person. Because like even when somebody apologized to us, it's like, they're the ones that say I'm sorry, and we're the ones that choose whether or not we forgive or accept the apology or not. It's like we position forgiveness as a gift from us to the other person. Then we grow older and hopefully wiser and more mature, and we realize that forgiveness is what gives us the freedom when it comes down to confrontations and altercations and disagreements, or us being done wrong. Forgiveness is never for them. Now, some people may feel better once they apologize. Like me, I'm a person of accountability. Ooh, I'm all jacked up. I'm a person of accountability. If I did something wrong to you, I want to apologize. If I hurt you, I have no problem apologizing. Just because, and maybe it's because I understand how big forgiveness is, but I don't have this big desire to be right. You know, like I prefer peace over being right. I prefer me and whoever the other person is or the situation is to be in a place of understanding that me be right and them be wrong, or they be right and I be wrong. I don't really care about who right and who wrong. I just need the peace and the understanding. But the apology has nothing to do with the forgiveness process, nor is it something that I feel like we should wait to initiate the forgiveness process. You shouldn't wait for someone to apologize for you to initiate forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you, and the apology is for them. Yeah. Forgiveness is for you. The apology is for them. Meaning, whether they apologize or not, you need to forgive them for you, because it is for you. That's what's gonna set you free. When you have to hold on to the anger or the hurt or the mistreatment or the wrongdoing that somebody has done to you, is taking away space from somebody being able to put love there. And I'm a lover girl, honey. Can't wait for God to send my husband. Okay, I'm a lover girl. I need all the space that I got to give to be available for love to be put there. And not even just in an intimate way, from my friends, from my family, from the people that support me. I need space for the love. But if you're holding on to what it is that someone did to you, because, oh God forbid, they're human, if we're holding on to something that somebody has done to us, we're the one that's missing out. Because we're the one that got space taken up. Now, like I said, guilt may be taking up space in their heart because they need to apologize so that they can have their source of freedom. But they ain't got nothing to do with us. This is personal development. You mind your business. Worry about the man in your mirror. Just like forgiveness does not require an apology. Nobody has to apologize for you to be able to forgive them. I have forgiven people that I know will never apologize to me. Because what it is that I had to forgive them for, they still acting like they didn't do no way. The apology may never come, but your forgiveness does not require that. But your forgiveness also does not require for you to reconcile. Another thing that used to hold me up with forgiveness is I used to feel like if I was forgiving a person, if I said or if I accepted in my heart that I was forgiving a person, that meant that I had to let them back in. And that's not what that means. Don't get me wrong. Being able to reconcile is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And I believe in it. But I don't believe it's an automatic. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I can forget. Forgiveness has taught me that two things can exist at once. I can forgive you, and I can also say, I don't think this is a place that we need to try and revisit, though. The two things can exist at once. I can also say, I forgive you, and I want to work on us getting back to where we used to and surpass that now with the growth that we've had from this disagreement. Two things can exist at once. But don't let thinking that you got to let them back in hold you back from the freedom of forgiving them. You don't have to let them back in. That's your decision. It's your job to guard your heart, because your heart has to be available for love. It's your job to guard your heart. So forgiving them and opening up the space in their heart is one thing. But letting them back in and deciding if that's a smart decision and if that's healthy for your life, healthy for your heart, is a totally different thought process. And also, don't be out here putting yourself right back in the same situations with the same people because you feel like forgiveness requires you to reconcile. Every time that boy call you and apologize, you ready for y'all to be back toxic. You fooling me, Miss Mamas. I've been there. Every time he apologized, you say, wait. I'm on the way. I already know. I already know. That ain't what that mean. You can forgive that man because he hurt you, hurt your soul so bad, and you need that to get out of this funk, and you can do that. But that ain't mean you got to go back playing over there. Uh uh-uh. uh. Don't get yourself out of one bad situation of having a cold heart because you don't know how to forgive, and put yourself right back in the situation of, well, Lord, I done forgave, and now I'm finna start the process all over again. Hurt me again. That ain't it. That ain't it. Forgiveness is power. That unbothered is power, and I don't mean unbothered unbothered. I don't mean unbothered as a friend. But I will say, fake it till you make it. If you ain't quite forgave him yet, but you know that's what you're working towards, fake it till you make it. Fake unbothered until you really don't bother you no more. Fake it till you make it. Sometimes it be like that. But that ain't what I mean though. Forgiveness is when you truly the situation or the person or the circumstance really don't bother you no more. That person could walk into a room that you are already in and sit beside you, and you wouldn't feel no need to look at them and start no confrontation or no. Let me ask you something. None of that. No animosity. None of that. That's forgiveness. But for some reason, and not just as women, but for some reason as people, we feel like forgiveness is such a weak thing. For some reason, that chip on the shoulder gives us so much false strength. Oh yeah, I'm mad at her because she already no. No what? No what exactly? Forgive him? I would never, and he don't even ask me. I hate to tell you, boo, but he probably somewhere and somebody else is not giving a rat's back. And you sitting here with all that animosity in your chest, not even letting a man look at you 2 times because ain't nobody gonna do you like he did. With that attitude, ain't nobody gonna do you, period. Ooh, and ain't that sad? Ain't that sad? That ain't no way to live. That ain't no way to live. It takes strength to be able to forgive. It takes courage to say, you did wrong by me, but I can see the foolishness in your eyes to know that you didn't even know better. And because you were silly enough to wrong me, there's no way that I can keep my energy there with you. Give it back and go away. That's strength. That is courage. That's power. All these little cliches that we heard back in the day, one of them being, forgive them for you, honey, not for them. The proof is in the pudding. And let me just say this. You ain't too good to forgive nobody. Don't get caught up and strung up on that. I can't even forgive something like that. How could they? How dare them be human and make disgusting mistakes, because you human too. I'm not saying that you would have did them how they did you. And I'm not saying that you would make the kind of decisions that they make. But what I am saying is that all of us fall a little short. And God forgives you for things he would have never did. Ooh, ooh, I feel the heat through the phone. Ooh. God forgives you for things he would have never did to you. God forgives you for constantly forgetting about him and putting him on the back burner when it's on the shuffle when you feel like it. And still waking you up in the morning, even though you're falling short every day. God forgives you. And he'll never fail on you, but we constantly fail on him. So don't never think you're too good to forgive somebody. I would never. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. And I know somebody had to tell me that my therapist, I'm ready to get back in therapy. But when I was in therapy before, my therapist was like, just because you wouldn't make the same mistakes, don't make your mistakes go. What's that song? I know you like to thank yo. Don't stink. But lean a little bit closer, see. Your roses really smell like boo boo boo. Yeah. Yours stink too, boo. You ain't too good to forgive nobody. And why would you not? It's for you. It's for you. That is our intention for the week. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is key. Starting with forgiving yourself. You done messed up, boo. And congratulations. You're a human, along the rest of us. Forgive you. You didn't know no better. And when you do find out better, do better. And then you got to go the same way that you understood that you didn't always make the best decisions for you. You didn't always do right by you. So you had to forgive yourself. You got to take that same energy and forgive other people. Because all you doing is hurting you, keeping up space closed in your heart. And they going on about their day. Forgive you and then forgive them, knowing that that forgiveness is also for you. And just because you forgive does not mean you have to reconcile. Them two totally different things. We said forgive. We didn't say what come after that. That's part two. Two totally different things. That's our intention for this week. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key. If you would like that newsletter and all the newsletters to come, I ask that you go ahead and use the link in the description box to go to my website, put your email in the subscription box, or either download my article, 8 Laws of Self-Love, and these newsletters will come to you automatically. And then throughout the week, aside from me sending your daily affirmations and complimenting you on a daily basis, keeping you empowered, keeping you affirmed, I will also be sending out action steps. Action steps. Because over here, we not only talk about it, we do it. We are women who are effectively recognizing the keys to fulfillment in our life. We doing the work, boo. We doing the work, boo. So throughout the week, I'll be sending action steps, tools, guidance on forgiveness in the lens of self-love, knowing that you deserve that. You deserve everything that forgiveness will bring you. A clear heart. You deserve that peace. You deserve that weight being lifted. People messed up. You messed up. So what? That don't mean you got to spend the rest of your life in the dumps and shoulders heavy and can't trust nobody and heart cold. That don't mean that. You deserve to still live. We're also gonna do guidance for, forgiveness in the lens of self-discipline. You got to do the work, honey. Once again, self-love is telling us that we believe it, we can have it. Self-discipline is doing what we need to do to get it. Then I'm going to wrap up our guidance for the week with forgiveness in the lens of self-control. And baby, not only are we freeing up that space in our heart, but we knowing how to protect our heart. Should we? reconcile, or should we not? That's not an automatic. What acts of self-control can keep that heart clear once we done cleared it out? If you would like to receive that guidance, if you would like to walk the walk and not only talk the talk, if you want that change in your life for real, you tired of looking at everybody else with peace, and you want that, the process to get that guidance is the same as well. Use the link in the description, go to my website, and make sure you subscribe, and you'll be sent that guidance via email. You can subscribe by putting your email in the subscription box, or you can download my article, 8 Laws of Self-Love. It is a free download, and that will get you subscribed as well. I love you, love you. I just want to say, first of all, I love this video. I found my groove that I've been complaining to y'all about. I found it, Bookies. I found it. I found it. And even though I don't feel good, I am so happy with the outcome of this video and how everything is falling into place, how I'm just flowing. I've been flowing. I have released control and still trying to keep the control gone with this fresh start. And I have been just keeping a positive perspective. Oh, look at all of my topics. I've embraced that fresh start. I've been keeping a positive perspective, and now things are finally coming into place, and including with these videos. And I love that for me. I love that for us because we are growing together. Anywho's, I hope you have enjoyed your self care Sunday. I hope you have rolled around, bathed in, laid in self care on today. And I hope that you get that in as much as you can this week. Until next Sunday, take care, lovelies.